Absolutely no one on this planet works harder than a man who does not want to date you. The effort alone is enough. This man has never been on time to a single thing in his entire life. He cannot respond to a simple question directly. He can't even choose a place to eat. But when it comes to figuring out the right amount of attention to give me so that I just will never leave and he doesn't have to commit, oh, he's got it in the bag. He never slips up. Genuinely takes skill. People don't talk about this enough. It takes genuine skill to show up just enough without showing up too much. I don't talk to him anymore, but if I were to sit him down today and be like, hey, I want you to be consistent. I want something real. I want to see where this goes. This man's brain would fucking short circuit. That is too much. He's got a lot going on. It's complicated. But maintaining this little situationship infrastructure on the side, keeping all the parts moving, fucking with my feelings, still planning his exit strategy for when it gets too real. Oh, he's completely in his element. This is where he does his best work. Sometimes think about how different the world would be if men applied this same energy to literally anything else. The things that they could build, problems that they could solve. We could have cured something by now. My first situationship was lazy. Oh, he was sloppy with it. I figured him out within a month. The second one though, oh, he was committed. He treated it like a skilled craft. A full year of that level of effort and consistency for it to end up literally nowhere. As someone who was on the receiving side of it, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed that you can actually deceive somebody for so fucking long. You had me fooled. I think that if he put this much energy into being my boyfriend, his brain would actually explode. It would just be too much. But running his little operation under the radar with zero accountability, zero anything, that is his Olympic sport. And he is well trained.
So this guy who did nothing, who put in no effort for this woman, she's not seeing him anymore. She hasn't talked to him in a while. And who's she thinking about? Because best believe there's guys that want to do for her in the background that don't want to be financially celibate, that want to open their wallets for her, but she ain't thinking about them. Nah, bro, the jig is up. Men understand now. Oh shit, that actually puts me in a worse condition. It doesn't make anything better. Yeah, and then when you get played, you have nobody to blame but yourself. As you're sitting there trying to rebuild, you can't blame the women. See, the thing about my channel and the thing about the things that guys are understanding is everything will be your fault. You can't blame the women. Nobody's blaming women. Guys are just calling it out so that you're aware. Nobody's saying bad women. It's all their fault. No, it's all the men's fault. The reason why the market is the way it is now, simps. Dudes that don't understand being a man, having self-worth, self-respect. So it gets pointed back to the men because it begins and ends with you. They don't like that. So all that nonsense she was talking about in clip 1, get it up out of here. Knock it off. Because what's this? I guarantee you there's guys in the background that want to open their wallet for this chick, but she's talking about some guy that didn't put in any effort. If anything, he put in a lot of effort into making her see that he ain't the guy. And that's who she's stuck on. Let's get the next one.
Guys, I'm low-key freaking out. I just reactivated my Hinge and I haven't been really scrolling. And I forgot about the app. So today I just went on and I have a few likes. Oh, guys, I'm 37. I just want to meet someone who's my age. Give or take 35 to 40 would be but I am getting likes from either 50-something-year-olds or 23-year-olds. Am I doomed? Are all men my age married? Did I miss the window? Do I only have option of raising a boy into a man or just dating a divorcee with 2 kids and he's getting a second wind in life? I don't know. I'm freaking out.
You know what's funny about women? In their mind, they act like they date athletes, they date musicians, they date entertainers, actors. Because when reality shows them their actual options, they're flabbergasted by it. No, you knew this. So you're expecting a guy between 35 and 40 years old who is attractive, who you're sexually attracted to, who has the ability to go elsewhere, who's financially stable, who's a go-getter, who's assertive, who's dominant. You want this guy to end up with you? You lost your mind. You ain't nothing to write home about. So what's the problem getting on with these 50-year-old dudes or these dudes with kids? What's wrong with that? Oh, you think you're better than them. You think that you're better than them. Crazy work. And it's funny that when the option well is just running, it's flooded, right? They don't have a problem with, I could pass him up. I could pass him up. I could pass him up. But when the well runs dry, all of a sudden it's like they're scrambling and scraping for shit. They're like, what's going on here? No, bro. The thing is, too, like I said before, men are understanding what is. They're not blaming women for anything. They're just understanding. They're aware. Men understand that no matter what you do, women don't belong to you. But women think no matter what I do, no matter what age I am, men are going to still belong to me. Makes sense. Let's get the next one.
Tell me why somebody said the only reason you want to get married and have the government involved is because you want to trap your husband. Duh. I'm confused. Like, I thought we were all on the same page. And it was said like it was this like new profound revelation or something. Yes. I want you stuck. I want you locked in. I want there to be spiritual, emotional, and legal ramifications if you try to break this covenant that we went under God and in front of the government for. I'm sorry. I don't want this to be easy for you if you decide to dip out. You know what I'm saying? And also, if you're not willing to put your money where your mouth is, how do I know you really committed? Because I want somebody that loved me like Jesus loved the church, right? And guess what he did? He laid his life down. You see what I'm saying? So if you're not even willing to risk your money out of fear of financial ramification of divorce, you won't even risk monetary value. How can I believe that you would be willing to lay your life down for me? Because at the end of the day, most people put more value in their life than their money. Is that a twisted way of looking at it? Maybe. I don't know. All I know is once we locked in, ain't no switching up. So I got that piece of paper. Just like I got that piece of paper for my house, I'm going to get that piece of paper for my husband. And you best believe, I ain't going nowhere, baby. You stuck with me. Okay? And like, are people trying to make women feel bad because they want marriage and they're not willing to accept for being a forever girlfriend or common law marriages? Because that's so crazy. Why are you trying to... I don't understand that to any degree. Like, you just thought I was going to be cool out here with lack of security? Baby, no. I'm sorry. I want you to put your money where your mouth is. Okay? We committed. We locked in forever and a day. Anyways, that's all I had to say to y'all. And I also got my nails done. Look, I got a new shape and color. I'm excited. But anywho, I'll holler at y'all later.
She said all of that, and it's just manipulation. That piece of paper doesn't mean anything, to be honest with you. A woman that loves you and respects you, that cares about you, that doesn't want to lose you, she could go for the piece of paper or not. It doesn't matter. She will be with you. This woman is talking all of this nonsense. You know what I'm starting to understand is women don't plan to build anything within the marriage. Because if they were having a prenup, it wouldn't be taken as disrespect. It wouldn't be like, oh, you don't trust me. Da-da-da. No. What happens if your relationship is on the rocks and then you come into some money? He's not entitled to that. You ain't really messing with each other anymore. How does he deserve half of that? Right? That's how it would go. So what is it always this big deal about being married and having the government in your business? You know why they want that piece of paper? They want that piece of paper so you always know who's the real boss. Why you think a lot of wives have their chest out towards their husband? You can ask them, who's the boss? And she'll be like, he's like, yeah, she's the boss. I tell you guys that story all the time. When I work in restaurants, I would always ask that question because it was funny to me how quick women would be like, tell him. He's like, oh, she's the boss. Bro, men are not going for that anymore. And you're just making it seem like you're trying to take advantage of a guy. Men are not trying to make women feel bad for wanting to be married with the government involved. No. Men are just aware and they're spreading information. Men have been made an example time and time again. You cannot blame the men for saying, I'd rather just be over here doing my thing. And if a woman wants to come and follow my program, cool, but I'm not rushing into anything and I'm going to delegate how things go. Let's get the next one.
One thing I cannot stand is a man that likes that I work hard. Like, I currently work like 55 plus hours a week, okay? And I cannot stand when I'm talking to a man. I'm like, yeah, I'm still working. And they're like, oh, I just love your drive. I love that about you. Ew, you're not the one for me, babe. I want a man that sees me working hard and is like, this isn't for you. Like, I want a man that wants me to have a soft life. I'm gonna work still because I have worked really hard to get where I am with my career, and I have a 10-year plan, and there's something I want to do with my life, and I'm not giving up until I do it. But it's the principle. Like, I don't want you to want me to work. It's disgusting.
See, they can't find the rich guy that wants to give them the soft life. That's the problem. And then they project onto men. It's your job to find that guy, to lock that guy down. You can't blame men that you're actually attracting that are like, I like the fact that you work hard. What's wrong with that? They like the fact that you work hard. They're not giving you what you want, and they're not giving into your nonsense. If you like working hard and you got a goal, work on the goal. You shouldn't even be worried about attracting a man to take care of you and save you and give you a soft life. You got this. You got this. But at the end of the day, men would rather stay single, and those men who actually have the bag. The thing that women don't understand about men who have the serious bag, like the old money, they're old. They're not sexually appealing like that. You ain't gonna want them like that. You're gonna want the bag like that. And for the young dudes who have the bag, they have leverage. For the dudes who are middle-aged that have the bag, they have leverage. They don't need to deal with you. They don't need to deal with your attitude, you being stuck in your ways, you being a boss. They don't need to deal with that. What are they paying for? Because at the end of the day, it's transactional to a degree. So what are they paying for? She ain't gonna come in here and be like, you know, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z for the guy that's gonna come in and give me a soft life. No, what did you hear? I want a man to do this. I want a man for this. I want a man for that. Men are not going.